Hiya, it's LindaLee, and welcome to my channel. If you are newer here, thank you for being here. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back, and I appreciate your continued support. I haven't had a lot of time to sit at my craft table, but I have had the opportunity to stop along the way in everything else that I've been doing and have found some really cool things. So I wanted to share. The first thing I really want to show you is this music magazine that I have. Magazine that is from 1936, and they were like 25 cents an issue. And from what I've seen in my collecting them, they are, I think it was like $2 for a full year subscription. Now what's really cool about it is this one is actually in excellent condition. I mean, it's a little tattered, but it's, you know, when they're close to 90 years old or whatever, what are you gonna get, right? This one is from June, and I don't know for sure because I haven't found them, consecutive, that when the May issue left off, I think page number wise, that's where this one picks up, because this is page 339. Now, as you can tell, because I'm kind of moving it around so you can see, these are really big. Let me measure the pages real quick. So, inches, my yardstick. This is 13 1/4 by 10 1/2. So it's a pretty good sized magazine, and the complexity of the music is really, really interesting. I wouldn't even begin to, understand or try and play music like this, but it's so cool. So I learned to read music when I was in 4th, 5th grade. I learned how to play the flute, but this is way beyond anything I ever tackled. So I just wanted to kind of show it to you. Like I said earlier, I've never found them in this good of condition where it actually had the cover intact. Cool though, isn't it? So that's this magazine. What I also want to show you is I was able to stop at a thrift shop or two, and actually a couple of these things are from an antique shop. I want to show you these napkins first. These here are probably part of a larger set, I would think, because there were just a couple of them. But if you can see, I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but there's cool variations in the color. So there's like a yellow and the orange and purple and pink. But as a lot of you know, I've been planning a boho journal forever, and I think this is going to go wonderfully inside that journal. It might even be part of my cover. I don't even know. They're just gorgeous. So at first I thought, the variation in color was something that happened over time because of the way it was exposed to, light. But this one was more on the inside, and it looks a lot more intentional. So I think that's, was the pattern. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm still getting over being sick. But isn't it gorgeous? I love it. It's so pretty. And then I found a few hankies. So these little hankies were like $1 a piece. These were at an antique shop. So this one is silk. And then this one is, it feels like it's cotton. This one must have been, I think it's been laundered a few times, so it's really super soft and pretty thin. You can kind of almost see through it. But isn't it so pretty? And this one here, these all, like I said, were $1, these 3 hankies. This one just has embroidery on the corner, but it's got that nice rolled edge. And then this one, I don't know how old this really is. This was 25 cents. But the little trim that's on it looks like it was hand stitched. So it wasn't actually something that was embroidered directly to it, but it does look like it's hand stitched. At first I thought it was machine stitched, but then I looked closer and they're not exactly perfect, the stitches themselves. I don't know if you can see them or not, but it's very cute. It was only 25 cents, so that'll find its way into a project somewhere, that's for sure. This here, I don't find a lot of square doilies, but this one here was really cute. And this was also $1. I try to keep a lot of my finds. I don't want to spend a lot of money on stuff like this, only because I'm probably going to cut it anyways or dye it, and you know, it might fall apart, it might not. We never know for sure how they're going to hold up in our projects. But this one was $1. And then this one I've never seen one like this one before, so I had to get it. It was also $1. I'm not sure how long it might have been at that antique shop, but can you see it? I'm not sure if the whole thing is showing or not, but of course it's a butterfly. Isn't that cool? So I don't know. This might find its way into or onto some kind of cover. I don't know. It'll have to wrap itself all the way around. But for it to, it's pretty big though, so I don't know. Some kind of project, maybe a wall hanging or something, you know. But yep, $1. And then these two are identical. Oh, I didn't realize it was stitched. Let me cut this real quick so it'll open up. I don't like when the little shops take their tags off, because I kind of like leaving the tags on. But then they put it together so that you can't really take it apart. This one has, you know, what do you call it? A flaw, but that's okay, because this will probably end up cut up anyways too, right? But I got 2 of these. Yep, and this one is all tethered together too. And this one does not have a flaw on it like the other one does. I don't know if it's a flaw or if somehow this stitching just came apart. I could probably sew it and fix it. But like I said, they usually get cut anyways and used in different projects. This one will probably get segmented. You never know. Or it could end up being a cover all on its own, right? So now this other stuff that I found that's in this baggie, this here, they were tagged as pillowcase trims. So some of them aren't very big, so I'm not sure how big the pillow was that this was ultimately attached to, or if maybe it just got, you know, included in that because it was a similar item. I'm not sure. But this one was cut. It looks like, no, I guess it wasn't cut. these aren't, oh yeah, they are cut. So this is from a pillowcase. So you can kind of see it's trim and it's connected. It looks like it was sewn together on one of the edges. This here is one single long piece, but also probably from a pillowcase. I can't see any remnant stitching, you know, from where it was attached to. So these could be more modern pieces that either just didn't get used, or maybe they were found in like grandma's sewing box and, you know, whomever didn't know what to do with it. But here's where it left off. Look at that. Can you see the edge? Isn't that cool? But there's two of these, which is pretty cool. So here's where they leave off on this one. And then this one is actually still attached to a piece of the cotton that was the pillowcase. They didn't even try to cut it, they just cut the pillowcase. So that's pretty cool. Am I high enough? Can you see it? Some of them are a little discolored, but that's fine. We usually coffee dye them, or, you know, tea dye. Anyways, very rarely do things stay white, or even cream. But then the other things that I found was this little grab bag of junk jewelry. So a lot of the pieces are already taken off whatever threads or cords that they might have been on. There's a couple of random earrings that are in here, but I don't know if anybody's really played with much junk jewelry. I know I haven't done it on my channel yet, but I make, you know, I take things apart and use things for charms, or I make junk jewelry brooches where you'll take a larger piece and then put them together to make a bigger, you know, a more ornate piece. I think I've got some off to the side here. This is just a little bowl. I've got some other junk jewelry. But see, like this piece right here, this I got at a vintage shop a while back ago, but it's missing this piece right here. So what I would typically do is take other pieces, like this one here. This is missing a piece and it's actually broken. I found this at a vintage shop as well. So these two pieces are probably pretty old. I don't know for sure, but especially this little dragonfly. But what I would do is take other broken pieces and glue them together. But also, here's this larger piece here. Something like this, I would glue or epoxy different pieces on top of and make a larger brooch out of it. Like this here, these are acrylic. I think these were probably post earrings. I got this out of another grab bag. But then you can mount them together, like this little piece right here. You can mount them together and make a bigger piece. I'm not going to be able to do it with them sitting on my hand. But anyway, you kind of get the idea. This here is pretty old. So what I'll do is I'll take this apart, and pieces of it I'll use for charms, and other pieces will find their way glued to something else. Like these here were a pair of earrings. I don't think these are incredibly old. They might be from like the 60s or 70s. They're kind of hippie-ish looking. These I think are pretty new. They were in a grab bag too. I don't know if they were just not loved, but I will love them. I'll find a use or a place for them, like this one here too. I don't think this is incredibly old. It's not even discolored. So, But I think that will be a video that I do. We'll play with some junk jewelry and make some junk jewelry brooches. So, but basically a piece like this already has the pin on the back, and then we can either, you know, hang different pieces from it, because this is probably from an earring. You can hang different pieces from it and then chains, or, you know, glue different things right to the top and then just kind of layer them up. I don't know what this was. This looks like it could be a back from an earring. There's two of these. So, but anyway, another project for another day. I just wanted to kind of show you, you know, that don't throw away your jewelry. Or if you see grab bags, you know, like this one, what I wanted to show you with this piece right here, this whole thing is they're already made charms. So all you have to do is take this apart, and there's charms that are already made, you know, because they're all wired together. I don't know if you can see it, how they're wired together. This one's discolored, so I don't know how old it might be, but it's still somebody's junk. And I bought it, so, oh, is it earring? This would be a cool piece. Dangled, remember how I said to dangle them? Here, let me put it here. From the larger brooch piece, that would be a cool one. Or even a charm. But this particular bag, what caught my eye was some of these glass pieces. So these look like they're probably handmade. This isn't even a glass or a bead. This is, you know, one of those things that probably came from the dollar store. Those little bags of round things. I don't know, what do you call them? Round things. Oh, here's another earring. This almost looks like Chinese crystal, but they're acrylic. So this would come apart, and there's little bitty charms on this too. So this would come apart pretty easy, and you have a whole bunch of little bitty red charms. But yeah, some people, you know, don't like making charms. It can be kind of time consuming, and also, you know, you need a lot of materials to be able to do something like that sometimes. So if you buy junk jewelry, you know, a lot of that work is already done. So this can come apart, and you've got all kinds of individual little charms. Even the little connectors can be a little charm. Isn't that cool? Someone already did the wire work, so you don't even have to learn how to do it. Oh, this is another earring. Oh, that's cool. The little blue teardrop. And this one is, you know, a pressed metal piece. That's kind of pretty. But a lot of times when you get the junk jewelry like this, you're not going to get pairs of anything. If you do, you're kind of lucky. I think they take the jewelry that's fallen apart. Like, look at these big beads. So these are probably porcelain. They could be porcelain if they're old. If they're newer, then they're probably just, you know, a more basic ceramic, because they're fired, and they look like they could be hand painted. That doesn't look like a decal. No, it must be a decal, because those are pretty similar. Yeah. But I got several of these, so these could go on, these could very easily become a necklace. So if you're somebody who likes to make jewelry, you know, you can reuse a lot of the materials that come in these junk jewelry in these bags. So anyway, I've rambled enough about junk jewelry, and I think that's about all I got for now. And I will come back in another video, and we will play with this stuff. I'm not sure when, but it will happen. Well, look at that, a little, and that's metal, so that's a little belt buckle that came off of something, probably some little adornment. All right, I'm done fussing. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. I just wanted to share my finds, and hopefully everybody is healthy and well. We're all getting better. I'm not going to go into details, just that's what it is. It is what it is. Have a good day. Bye-bye.